9-year-old Brandon Evangelista died on a bumpy dirt road down at Tangeeson Beach on July 6. A declaration filed with a magistrate's complaint says he was riding on the trunk of a car his mother, Rose Evangelista, was driving when he fell off. And then he was run over by a car being driven by his godmother, Theodora Hernandez, who apparently could not see him because of the dust kicked up from the pitted roadway. Roy Cruz Jr. and Roy Cruz Sr., also relatives of the boy, were also charged with initially lying to police about what had happened. They all wanted to go to Brandon's funeral tomorrow, but Judge Vern Perez said no.
I will continue to rule against participation tomorrow. Miss Evangelista, your attorney, is doing her best to allow this to occur. Unfortunately, based on already a previous determination by this judge, as well as other judges, where DOC must accommodate others, it cannot happen tomorrow.
However, Judge Perez did authorize a private visitation this afternoon. 30 minutes was all the DOC said they could allow, so about 4:30 this afternoon, Evangelista, in an orange prison jumpsuit, handcuffed and accompanied by 2 guards, entered the funeral home to say goodbye to her son. Earlier, back in the courtroom, prosecutor Clyde Lemons had objected to any third-party release of Evangelista, citing a lengthy criminal record.
2001, she has a conviction that involved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cases. She's now being held for an armed robbery. She's also being held for a burglary. It happened before the armed robbery, but because of the APHIS system, her name just recently popped and she was recently charged in that. She is totally inappropriate as a candidate for a third-party custodian.
Brandon's father is also in prison on unrelated charges. Evangelista's other children are in the custody of Child Protective Services. CPS representatives met late this morning inside a closed courtroom with Judge Perez to discuss what would happen to them. Meanwhile, outside the courtroom this afternoon, relatives of the dead boy on the father's side raised no objections to Rose Evangelista's visit to the funeral home this afternoon, but they didn't want her anywhere near the funeral tomorrow.
30 minutes, that's fine. You ask me personally, she don't deserve a second of it.
Only God can blame, but we're all hurting. What are we to think? What are we to say?
The family had no money to pay for Brandon's burial. Ada's funeral home and other members of the community donated time and money to allow the boy to be buried tomorrow at the Pico Cemetery. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.